Hey there, it's been a while, kind of. You clicked on this video because you're curious as to why I've not been making lore content for the past 4 months. If that wasn't the case, then why the hell are you here? Go watch somebody else, you jerk. The TLDR is simply burnout. Not with YouTube, but with Genshin Impact and lore. I felt like I was very restricted to one type of content on this channel, and my feelings about the game made me far less enthusiastic to go out my way and dig deep to make theories. Will I do more lore in the future? Well, there's a high possibility, but I want to do other things in the near future that is a bit different. This is essentially to give me more freedom and prevent me from getting burnt out again. Now that is it for the short version, so let's get into the long version. My main issue with Genshin is the lack of permanent and meaningful content. Events have been great and all, but the constant cycle of having content added then removed paired with a 3-week downtime started to bother me. It incentivizes you to rush content, and quite frankly, I don't even have the time. At least if content remained in the game I could go at my own pace, but you have these two extremes, nothing to do or too much to do. And I'm sure for many of you the system works, but it just doesn't for me. So don't give me the whole "you're playing the game wrong" spiel. You could argue without systems like the resin in place, certain players will get ahead or blitz through the content, while others get left behind. But I'd rather fall behind than feel actively punished for taking a break. My point is, if you take a break, you've actively lost progress that you cannot grind back at a later date, especially when content is temporary. Anyway, I'll save the resin discussion for another time, because there are flaws in removing it entirely as well. By 1.6, I ended up spending my time playing Final Fantasy XIV instead, a game that felt far less restricting and was packed with content. So instead, I spent my free time working on other projects, more relaxing Genshin content on my second channel, and playing through Final Fantasy XIV's story. I understand that Genshin is still very young, and you can't compare it to a 7-year-old game. For that reason, I'm going to stick with it for the next year and see what happens. I'll be lying if I said I'm optimistic though. Going into 2.0 my hype levels were pretty low, but it did revitalise my interest in the game somewhat, just not enough to make me really delve deep into the lore. By the second half of the patch I began to write a lore theory centred around the omnipresent god. This theory was to support the idea I have put forward previously, that Raiden was actually going against Celestia to protect her people, but more specifically due to her loss of her companions during the Cataclysm, such as Kitsune Saigu. Writing the script was taking some time due to other things happening in life. Before I could finish the script, the Raiden trailer dropped, the one with the picnic. This trailer kinda confirmed my suspicions. The problem was the patch was pretty much around the corner, and making a video now would mean it would become irrelevant in a few days, as 2.1 was inbound. I may briefly explain the forgotten theory in a short video if people are interested. Anyway, theory videos become outdated quickly, unless you speculate far into the future. This puts a time limit on getting content together and out, and this contributes to it becoming a chore. I'd much rather make content that you can watch a year from now and still get value from. That way I can take my time putting it together. Besides this, lore content isn't why I started YouTube to begin with. I started making videos with two ideas in mind. First was to make fun content that could make people laugh. This is more the focus of my second channel. Second was to make content analysing various subjects around games. Lore actually happened by accident. I had a theory on the Electro Archon, put a poorly made video together, and it blew up. From there I just capitalised on it because there was obviously a low supply and high demand for Genshin lore content at the time. Now there's a lot more people making lore content, and I honestly want to try something else. I don't want an audience returning solely for the content. It was actually something I was conscious of when I started YouTube. It becomes very restrictive, and it's what leads to burnout and the inability to diversify later on. This is why I'm going to change my approach to this channel and YouTube. Many of you are probably subscribed because you want lore content, and I will say, if that is what you want, then you should consider unsubscribing. However, if you like what I've produced, and you want to see me talk about other topics relating to Genshin with lore videos here and there, by all means stick around. So what kind of content do I have in mind? Well, it's probably easier to say what I'm not going to do, which is guides and news. I basically want to talk about anything that interests me when it comes to Genshin, be it writing, storytelling, world building, and lore on one hand. But there are other aspects of the game that I would like to analyse in depth. Some of you may be aware if you read my bio on Twitter that I've developed game prototypes as a hobby for a while now. I've studied a lot of game design and theories over the years. I would like to make some use of that knowledge and share some of my insights specifically to Genshin's design and possibly other games in the future as well. This wouldn't be about something like character balance, although I may touch on that too, but I feel there are many subjects that people don't really tackle when it comes to this game. I think it's best to describe the type of content I plan to do as editorializing, as I may also do similar videos like the post-mortem, where I talk about what is going on around the game too. But I'll be honest, I rarely get invested into drama. I only made those videos because I could really relate to people's frustrations. There is also one other series I've been working on lately, but I'm unsure where to post it. The pilot episode is currently on my second channel. It is basically a comical summary of Genshin Impact's story where I describe the events with a few jokes thrown in. I'm thinking about uploading the pilot here and seeing how people respond. If it does okay, I'll probably continue to put future episodes here. To clarify, this channel is going to be for a variety of scripted content going forward, and my second channel is just general gameplay, streaming and just unscripted thoughts. Hope that kind of clears up the plans for this channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, comment down below. I hope some of you will continue to share your opinions with me, as it was a joy reading through the ones on the post-mortem video. Until next time, goodbye.